I would say one of my most favorite elements within Brizy Builder is definitely the spacer. It is so convenient to use to apply negative space. It's really convenient to use. The spacer has been there from the very beginning, and working with this spacer is super easy. When you bring in a spacer, and I've selected the one I have here on the page, you can adjust the height simply by grabbing the handle here in the bottom and then drag it. Now, this doesn't give you that pixel perfect control that many people would like, but if you're okay with what you see on screen, you can go on and work on the rest of your page. But in the event where you want it at a very specific height, from the toolbar, go to the settings and you will see the height is set to pixels. Also, now you have viewport height and M value. Pixels is pixel perfect, so as I increase it and I put it at 160 or 150, I have 150 pixels. With VH, which stands for viewport height, that is the height within the browser window. So all the way from the bottom of the browser display up to the top within Chrome, Safari, or Firefox, or whichever browser you're using. And you can see this as a percentage. If you select this and it's set to 60, this spacer is going to take up 60% of your viewport height, all the way from the top to the bottom. If I put it on 100, and you can't go higher than 100, it will take up 100%. So if I just scroll to the top, you will see the spacer is now full height. And then let's move to M value. First, I will drag it down to the bottom. M value comes from the world of typography. And what M value usually stands for is the size of the default font on your website. If you have a base font, and that is usually for paragraph text, and that base font is set to 18, M values will work in multipliers of 18. 1M equals 18 pixels. 2M will be 36, and that is if your base font is set to 18. By default within Brizy, we're going with a standard of 16. If I put it on 10M, this should give me exactly the same height as 160 pixels. Let's put it on pixels and type in 160, and you will see the same height. So 1M equals 16 pixels within Brizy. These are a few options. In most cases, you're going to stick with pixels, but remember, viewport height and M value also available.